Hello. All right, so we have another question here from our billion-dollar questionnaire application that we are about to launch. And this question here is within a distributed organization spanning various locations, the tech team has implemented an application load balancer across multiple targets and availability zones. They aim to delve into analyzing incoming requests, focusing on latency metrics and discerning client IP address patterns. Which functionality within the load balancer can facilitate gathering this essential data? So, what essential data? It wants to analyze incoming requests, sorry, focusing on latency metrics and discerning what is discerning client IP address patterns. What? Discerning. What's the meaning of discerning? What is the meaning of discerning? Discerning is an adjective that describes someone who has the ability to perceive or recognize fine distinctions or differences, often with keen insight or judgment. A discerning person is often thoughtful and perceptive, able to make wise decisions or judgments based on careful considerations and understanding. So, who is the discerning? Uh, 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 let's close this. All right. Discerning. So, keen, observant client. What? Discerning client IP address. Maybe discerning. Investigate the client IP address. Yeah, it wants to delve into analyzing incoming requests, focusing on latency metrics and discerning client IP address patterns. Investigate maybe the client IP address pattern. Um, what does this mean? Okay, the sentence indicates that the individuals or group being referred to have a specific goal to thoroughly examine and analyze incoming requests. In particular, they are concentrating on two main aspects. Um, Latency metrics, they are interested in understanding and evaluating the time it takes for requests to be processed or responded to. Latency metrics typically refer to the time delay between the initiation of a request and the receipt of a response. By analyzing latency metrics, they can identify any delays or inefficiencies in the system's performance. Discerning discerning client IP address patterns. They are paying attention to patterns related to client IP addresses. This suggests they are looking for similarities or trends in the IP addresses of the clients making requests. This analysis could be useful for various purposes, such as identifying potential security threats, understanding user behavior, or optimizing routing strategies. So, overall, this sentence indicates a focused approach to analyzing incoming requests with an emphasis on understanding both performance metrics, latency, and patterns related to client identification IP addresses. So this question, we don't have an answer for this one yet, but we are going to edit this so that they will have non-answer option and one that is the correct option. But we are going to paste this to ChatGPT and let's see what is his answer. Can you answer this question? Oh, no, no, no. We are not going to ask ChatGPT regarding these questions because seems like find is better. Okay, help me answer this question. Okay. To analyze incoming requests, focusing on latency metrics and discerning client IP address patterns within a distributed organization using an application load balancer, the tech team can utilize the following functionalities within the load balancer. Access logs. These logs capture detailed information about the request made to the load balancer, including the time the request was received, the client's IP address, latencies, request paths, and server responses. By analyzing these logs, the tech team can gain insights into traffic patterns and troubleshoot issues with the targets. Connection logs. Connection logs provide detailed attributes about the request sent to the load balancer, such as the client IP address and port, listener port, TCL, cipher, and protocol use, T, TCL, TLC, handshake latency, connection status, and certificate details. These logs can be used to analyze request patterns and troubleshoot issues. Both access logs and connection logs are potential optional features of elastic load balancing that, oh man, my mouse tracks doesn't work, that need to be enabled manually. Once enabled, these logs are stored in the specified Amazon S3 bucket as compressed files. The tech team can then analyze these logs to gather essential data for monitoring and troubleshooting purposes. Okay. Well, how about ChatGPT or how about Gemini? I think Gemini is better. Can also answer this. Can help me answer this question. Yeah, it's nice to have this kind of study because it's like you're having a group study with AIs. Okay, the technology tech team is looking for to analyze request latency and client IP patterns within their application load balancer in a combination of two functionalities: CloudWatch metrics, access logs. Hold on. Okay, CloudWatch metrics. The application load balancer publishes various metrics to Amazon CloudWatch, including request latency. These metrics provide insights into how long it takes for the load balancer to process and route requests to healthy targets. CloudWatch allows visualization and analysis of these metrics over time, helping identify potential latency spikes or trends. Access logs. By enabling access logs in the application load balancer, the team can capture detailed information about each incoming request. This information includes the client's IP address, uh, request method, response status code, and processing time, which contributes to overall latency. Analyzing access logs allows the team to identify patterns in client IP addresses, understand geographic distribution of users, and potentially detect suspicious activity. Here's a breakdown of how each functionality helps. CloudWatch Metrics provides overall request processing time, latency, and helps identify trends on spikes. Access Logs provides detailed information about each request. Okay, CloudWatch Metrics and Access Logs. That's monitoring and load balance. So these are the sources of find. So it should connection logs, access logs, CloudWatch metrics. Uh, All right. So what is this question? Is this question is about uh, spanning which aims to delve into analyzing our requests. Mhm, 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 mhm. Na, 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 na. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Mhm, 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 mhm. Okay, so it's access logs and CloudWatch metrics. So ALB. Um, what is the difference between uh, application load balancer, access logs, and Cloud Trail logs? Yeah. For ALB access logs, I believe this is logs of IP addresses from the user of the application, and CloudTrail logs are users of yeah, it should be all users, right? So let's see, not just user of the AWS. Okay, so let's see. Let's see. Right, so ALB access logs and CloudTrail logs are both logging mechanisms provided by AWS, but they serve different purposes and capture different types of data. ALB access logs, the purpose is access logs capture information about requests made to the ALB. These logs provide detailed information about each HTTPS request, including the request method, URI, response status code, client IP address, user agent, and more. Okay, so usage ALB access logs are commonly used for troubleshooting, performance monitoring, and security analysis. They can help identify issues such as failed requests, um, slow responses, or potential security threats targeting the application. Storage by default, ALB access logs are stored in Amazon S3 buckets. Users can configure the ALB to deliver access logs to a specific S3 bucket for storage and further analysis. CloudTrail logs. Purpose: AWS CloudTrail logs provide a record of API calls and actions taken within an AWS account. Yeah, so this is just within the AWS account. But this one here, yeah, for all HTTP, about each HTTP requests that is going to the ALB. Yeah, okay. So this one here, these logs include information such as the identity of the caller, the time of the API call, the request parameters, and the response elements returned by the AWS service. Usage: CloudTrail logs are primarily used for auditing, compliance, and security monitoring purposes. They allow users to track changes made to AWS resources, monitor user activity, and investigate security incidents or unauthorized actions. Storage: CloudWatch trails are stored in a centralized location called an Amazon S3 bucket. Users can configure CloudTrail to deliver logs to a specific bucket, and optionally, they can also integrate CloudTrail with other AWS services such as Amazon CloudWatch logs for real-time monitoring and analysis. Okay. Uh, Sorry. Okay. ALB access logs versus CloudTrail versus X-Ray versus CloudWatch. CloudWatch. Okay. It doesn't discuss about CloudWatch here. Yeah, CloudWatch, right? Yeah, they don't mention any CloudWatch there. So let's see what are the differences between these logs. Let's compare ALB Access Logs, CloudTrail, AWS X-Ray, and CloudWatch, Amazon CloudWatch in terms of their purpose, use cases, and functionality. So ALB Access Logs capture information about HTTP requests made to an application load balancer. They provide detailed insights into each request, including a request method, URI, response status, client IP address, and more. Use cases: ALB access logs are commonly used for troubleshooting application issues, monitoring application performance, and analyzing traffic patterns. Functionality: ALB access logs are stored in Amazon S3 buckets and can be analyzed using various log analysis tools for integrated with monitoring and analytics service. CloudTrail, as we read above, it's AWS CloudTrail records, API calls, and actions taken within an AWS account. It provides a history of API calls, including information such as the identity of the caller, the time of the call, the request parameters, and the response elements. Use cases: CloudTrail is used for auditing, compliance, and security monitoring. It helps track changes made to AWS resources, monitoring user activity, and investigate security incidents. Functionality: CloudTrail logs are stored in Amazon S3 buckets and can be analyzed using log analysis tools or integrated with AWS services like Amazon CloudWatch Logs for real-time monitoring. Um, AWS X-Ray purpose. AWS X-Ray is a service for analyzing and debugging distributed applications. It provides insights into how applications are performing and helps identify performance bottlenecks and issues. Okay, my mind was floating somewhere. Okay, let's read again. The purpose of AWS X-Ray is a service for analyzing and debugging distributed applications. Okay, so this is specific to distributed applications. For CloudTrail, this is within the AWS account and it records the API calls. For the application load balancer access logs, they record or log the HTTP, HTTPS request, and they can yeah, use for analysis on which is is commonly used for troubleshooting applications, also monitoring. But this is just in the ALB or for each ALBs. Okay, so for this one, this is for distributed application. Provides insights on how applications are performing and helps identify performance bottlenecks and issues. Use case: AWS X-Ray is used for performance monitoring, identifying latency issues, and understanding dependencies between, yeah, this one here, between application components in microservice architectures. A functionality: the AWS X-Ray captures trace data from requests that as they travel through an application. It visualizes the flow of requests and provides detailed performance metrics for each component. X-Ray integrates with AWS services and third-party tools for analysis and visualization. Amazon CloudWatch is a monitoring and observability service for AWS resources and applications. It collects and tracks metrics, logs, and events and provides insights into resource utilization, performance, application performance, and operational health. Use cases: CloudWatch is used for real-time monitoring, alerting, and troubleshooting of AWS resources and applications. It helps detect and respond to operational issues and ensures the reliability and availability of the applications. Functionality: CloudWatch provides a centralized dashboard for monitoring metrics, logs, and events. It supports custom metrics, alarms, and automated actions based on predefined thresholds or patterns. In summary, ALB Access Logs, CloudTrail, AWS X-Ray, and Amazon CloudWatch serve different purposes and cater to different use cases within AWS environments. ALB Access Logs are focused for on application traffic analysis. CloudTrail is for auditing and security monitoring, X-Rays for application performance analysis, and CloudWatch is a comprehensive monitoring service for AWS server resources and applications. Depending on the specific requirements and objectives, users, organizations may use may use one or more of these services come in combination for monitoring, troubleshoot, and optimize their AWS environments. Whew. Okay, so if I created my own logging from scratch or using like Siri logs and etc. What is the pros and cons? Compare this to ALB access logs. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, creating custom logging solutions using what's it? Where are we? Okay, creating custom logging solutions using libraries like Serilog or building from scratch offers flexibility and customization options compared to using ALB access logs. Here are the pros and cons of each approach. All right, so custom logging using libraries like Serilog or building from scratch. Pros: flexibility, customization, performance optimization. Oh man, my mouse track is really not working. Performance optimization, integration with existing systems. Okay, with custom logging, you have full control over what data is logged, how it's formatted, and where it's stored. This flexibility allows you to tailor the logging solutions to your specific requirements and integrate it seamlessly into your application architecture. Customization, you can define custom log levels, log message formats, and log sync destination according to your needs. This enables you to capture and analyze additional metadata or uh, context specific to your application. Performance optimization by designing logging mechanisms optimized for your or application performance characteristics, you can minimize overhead and ensure efficient logging without impacting application performance. Integration with existing systems, custom logging solutions can easily integrate with existing logging infrastructure monitoring tools, or analyzing analytics performance platforms, providing seamless integration with your organization's workflow and process. Cons: development overhead. Yeah, you guess you're going to develop it. Building and maintaining a custom logging solution requires additional development effort compared to using a pre-built service like ALB Access Logs. A complexity: custom logging solutions can introduce complexity into your application code base, especially as the application grows or evolves over time. Managing this complexity requires careful design and maintenance. Operational overhead: operating and managing custom logging infrastructure entails ongoing maintenance, potential for errors, blah 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 blah. Okay, so ALB. What are the pros? Built-in integration. ALB access logs are seamless integrated with AWS services, making it easy to enable and configure logging for application traffic without additional development effort. Automated management, scalability, cost efficiency. Okay. Limited customization, vendor lock-in, dependency on AWS, limited visibility. ALB access logs primarily focus on HTTPS request traffic to the load balancers and may not. What a AWS logging system or logging service I can use so that I can capture payload payload HTTP or HTTPS payloads and can also combine it with uh, header HTTP headers and even parameters. Okay, okay, so to capture HTTPS payloads along with headers and parameters in AWS, you can use Amazon CloudWatch logs in combination with AWS services such as the Amazon API Gateway, AWS Lambda, or Elastic Load Balancer. Here's how you can achieve CloudWatch logs. CloudWatch Logs allows you to collect, monitor, and store logs from various AWS services and custom applications. You can use it to capture and store HTTP payloads, headers, and parameters. When integrating with AWS services, you can configure CloudWatch Logs to capture specific log data and send it to a log group for storage and analysis. Analysis. Okay. Amazon API Gateway. Amazon API Gateway is fully managed service that enables you to create, publish, maintain, monitor, and secure APIs at any scale. It supports logging of API requests and responses. You can enable the detailed request response logging in AWS. This logging data can be sent to CloudWatch logs. Lambda. Okay. By combining this with service, you can capture. Okay, so does API Gateway have its own logging? Logging? Yes, it says own logging. Yes, this is own logging. Access logs. All right, so yeah, that's it. It's logs. All right, so that's it. Thanks. Ba boom, ba boom.